Hey,
Tom, how you doing today?
I'm good.
My name is Edwin Thomason.
Nice to meet you. I'm Tom.
Tom?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Same here.
All right. Just want to give you my business card just in case
Oh, great.
you have any questions or anything prior, after the meeting.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem at all. Do you have a business card yourself?
All out. But I'll email you so you have all my contact info.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Cool.
All right. So the first thing I just want to ask you, Tom, who's your favorite sports team?
Well, that's a great question. Born and bred in Boston, so I've got to go with the Red Sox.
Red Sox?
Yeah.
That's a great thing.
Yeah.
Now, what I hear about SPL, I actually just read, one of their articles online, and it was really interesting about how they talked about the different reconstruction, how they're rebuilding, Boston and Red Sox, right now.
Yeah,
it didn't get too hot this year. So.
Yeah, unfortunately. It's not getting too into that.
But it definitely, you got to build on it in some kind of way. So.
Exactly.
It's always nice to have, be in the Boston area.
For sure.
But what I do want to do today, Tom, is I want to let you know about the meeting agenda that we have set for today.
Okay.
Because we do have about 10 minutes to go through everything, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So I just want, in this 10 minutes that we do have, I just want to go through the decision process, the decision-making process here at SPL. Sure. Identify some of your needs and goals that you have for the company. Explain how Lyft can help you achieve those goals, and hopefully, solidify a product demonstration later on.
That sounds like a plan.
All right, so I like to hear. The first thing I want to ask, could you just go into detail about some of the issues and things that you're having with here at SPL?
Yeah, sure. So we've noticed a month over month, quarter over quarter, a decrease in the amount of traffic on our website.
Mm-hmm.
So we specifically track a few things: page views,
Okay.
unique visitors, and the time on site. The average time on site that a person spends when they come and visit our website. We've noticed all of those things dropping off, which poses a pretty big problem for our business.
All right. So just to confirm, you said the three biggest issues you have right now is the page views, the unique visitors that are actually coming to stay on the page, and the time that each individual visitor is coming to stay on the page.
Exactly.
Correct?
Yep.
All right. That's definitely something big that you got to have for a website. You want to be able to generate those revenues. Now, could you talk to me a little bit about the decision process?
Yeah. So, do you mean in terms
as far as what's the process I have to go through individually in order to get Acquia Lyft and implemented into SPL?
Yeah. Well, obviously, my job is to make sure that what you guys do, and I truthfully don't know a ton about what you guys do, but once I figure that out, my job is to figure out what's the right technology for us. And then from there, my boss who runs digital strategy would probably be the next person that would get involved.
All right. And you have a name for me at all?
Yeah, Pat.
Pat?
Yeah.
All right. It was definitely nice to hear. Now, just to go back to, you said some of the problems that you were having was the page views. You see a lack of people actually coming into the site, so your page views are decreasing. Also, you want to generate more unique visitors to the site, and you also want to have more people onto the site, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, how would you say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your happiness with the site so far and doing those three things?
Yeah, so we did a great job over the last call it 10 years of building an online brand. Pretty much when the web started, we were one of the first sports sites to get going, and we built a really great customer base. So if you asked me that 2 years ago or a year ago, I probably would have said a 10. Now we're with the recent activity, the recent drop-offs, I would give us maybe a 5 or a 6 right now.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's definitely something that Acquia, we're looking to help you out on. Just want to make sure we understand everything that you need us, to do in order to bring those, your likeness back up to a 10 as far as your performance on the website. Now, with that being said, those are your three major kind of pain points here that you're kind of telling me about. Could you tell me some of the goals or things that you would like to see that Acquia can help you obtain?
Yeah, so you'll have to tell me how you guys can help me. I'm not sure, but in terms of what I'd like to see is that trend reverse. Okay. So we've been month after month we've been decreasing, as I mentioned, and we've got to stop the bleeding and then turn that tide around, and that's why I've been brought here. That's why my boss and his boss have been hired is to fix that problem.
Right. Well, I know you keep on saying that you don't really know much about Acquia, And that's pretty much what part of my job is, to actually explain to you what we actually do.
Great.
Here at Acquia, we're a king of relevance. What we do is we bring relevant content to individual viewers that are coming to your site as fast as possible, and we make sure that, like I said, that content is relevant as possible to make those viewers stay on the site, in order for them to do things as far as staying on the site, like how you say you want to spend more time on the site. And the majority of the time, people stay on the site more. That leads to more subscriptions, and also other ways that can generate revenue. Now,
Right.
is the subscriptions the only kind of thing that you bring as far as your revenue structure? Is that the only thing that makes you money?
No, that's one of the two big pieces.
Okay.
Subscriptions are huge, but we also sell advertising space.
Okay.
So, based on how many people we have coming to visit the site, that has a direct correlation to how much we can charge advertisers to put their ad up on our website.
Okay.
So those are the two main ways that we drive revenue.
Okay. No, that sounds amazing. So the two major plays, like you said, is subscriptions and then also selling advertising slots to advertisers on your website, correct?
Exactly.
All right. So what I like to do is I want to let you know that we are, since you said you don't know much about Acquia, we've helped two particular companies that are very similar to you. One of them being Toronto Magazine, the other one being Elle Magazine. The two biggest revenue generators is the two ways that you just described to me, which are the subscriptions to the actual magazines, and then also the advertising that they sell, with each individual magazine that they release.
Okay.
Both companies, the Toronto Magazine has actually received a 20% increase in revenues since Acquia has implemented the Lift product, and also with Elle Magazine, they've increased a total of 20% as well in the last 2 months. So they received a little bit of success early on, a lot sooner than what Toronto Magazine did as well. So what I would like to do now is ask, does Lift sound like it's something that can actually work for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's on the surface from what you said, it seems really interesting. Obviously the big unknown that we haven't touched on yet is cost, right? So this is an unbudgeted expense for us. We don't have a line item for something like this. We've never used something like this. So, one of the concerns that we're going to have is, what is an implementation cost for something like this? And I've got to get a sense of what that looks like, so that we can figure out if it's something in our budget.
Right, I definitely understand that. So one of your biggest concerns that you're basically saying is you don't know how much the product is actually going to cost you. You're working on kind of a tight budget, so you want to make sure that it actually fits in your budget, correct?
Exactly.
Well, my thing is, I'm telling you now, I can't exactly put a price to the cost because we don't know exactly what you need in order to make this business or the trends reverse, as you was telling me before. What we could do is set up a product demonstration so we can know exactly what it is that you actually need to be implemented in your business. And then from that product demonstration, we can get a better understanding of what it is that you actually need for us to do, and then we can give you a price based on that product demonstration.
Sure.
How does that sound to you?
Yeah, that makes sense. I think the one thing that I'm a little nervous about is the amount of, should we move forward with you guys, the amount of time that it's going to take my team to implement a tool like this. Okay. We're a small team, we're really strapped, and I got to make sure that, I'm not putting something on their plate that's going to take a long time to deploy. Right.
I definitely understand that as well. So basically what you're saying is you want something that is easy for your IT team to kind of get their heads around so they can actually get it implemented and up and running as soon as possible, correct?
Exactly.
All right, well, here what we do is we take a 2-day process, and all it is we make sure that you know exactly what it is that you have to do. You have our team come in, and you have our 24/7 support. If you have any questions or concerns or anything like that, we build a relationship with each individual customer, so we make sure we have that support for you at all times.
Gotcha. Okay, got it.
All right, so what I want to do now is make sure that we can solidify the next meeting with Pat, I believe is what you said.
Yep.
And in order to do that, I just want to know a date that works best for you, maybe that we can get in here and then have that product demonstration done.
Yeah, I think he mentioned being available Wednesday,
Wednesday?
around 10.
Wednesday at 10?
Yep.
All right, thank you so much, Tom, and I will make sure I get this information. I'm just going to write this down.
Sure.
So you can make sure you have this information with you so you don't forget about us. Make sure you have it.
Perfect. That's helpful.
All right.
Awesome, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much.
Appreciate
Tom.
it.
You have a great day.
All right, thanks for coming in.
Yep.
All right, great.